Hey, Thomas.
Jonathan, how are you, my friend? You doing well?
Doing well, thanks.
Good. Listen, I want to throw this at you. Where is small businesses heading in the United States? What's going on? Where are they heading towards 24, 25, 26? Your thoughts?
I think a lot of small businesses are transforming how they once worked to we
Hmm.
touched upon this a couple times. They're getting more into digital technology. They're getting their websites, their e-commerce all set up. They're adapting to the workforce by potentially offering more part-time jobs or remote work.
Hmm.
We touched upon that in the last video where part-time work is more attractive to most people,
Hmm.
and that flexibility people are looking for. So companies are adapting to creating that type of workforce where they can bring in more part-timers or they can have remote work, or you come in once a week. That's very common nowadays where you'll come in like Fridays or Mondays for meetings, and most of the day you can work remotely.
Hmm.
So I think a lot of this is changing how companies deal with their business and grow and potentially save money and hopefully continue to put out a lot of good output of work.
I do see businesses being strategic,
Yeah.
getting jump start, like you're saying, and we talked about it in a video 2 weeks ago. If you're, a brick and mortar store, you definitely want to incorporate the e-commerce side of it and start hitting different angles so you can spread out your footprint, not only regionally, but possibly nationally. That's what you want to do. Um,
There's a different
one
part,
thing
right?
say it
I think
again.
that there's a different part. There's a lot of small businesses that are also being squeezed out.
Oh,
Like,
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
yeah, so
And
like if you're lucky
yes.
enough to adapt to the environment that we're in right now and you can do all those changes and still be, making money, profitable, bringing in that revenue, great. But what about everyone else, right? There's a lot of people that aren't able to make that change. It may
Mhm.
be the industry they're in, it might be the location that they're living in, and it's just not possible. So what's happening? There are more people that are just folding, their companies don't work, and then they end up having to get a job at your local big box store out there, that like the Home Depots or the Walmarts, and they're forced to do that. Or maybe what they'll do in the beginning is they'll work part time and they'll do their business to try and save it. But we are seeing, I mean, I go to Home Depot a lot, and what I see in there is you see a lot of ex home, like home service businesses that couldn't make it, and they're
Yeah.
working in the plumbing department, they're working in the electrical department. So I think you'll see a lot more of that for these people that can't make it anymore because they didn't make that transition that they needed to.
You're going to see a lot of casualties. That's what
Yeah.
you're going to see. A lot of casualties out there in the battlefield, these small business owners. It's going to happen. The economy is going to swallow them up. Economy, it's getting tighter. It's getting very tight. You're hearing the reports like Starbucks is down. Nobody's going in to buy their, $28 cup of coffee. All right. I'm exaggerating a little bit because I don't know why people pay $5, $6 for a cup of coffee. Never, still can't figure that out. McDonald's is hurting too on their sales. I saw a guy's video. It actually was on a couple of guys' videos where a double steak at Chipotle was costing $39. I mean, that's insane. It's insane. You go into the food store, you're just seeing the prices. I just shake my head. A huge jar of mayonnaise in Australia, costs $30. When I was in Sam's Club, I picked up Duke's mayonnaise. It was like just under $9 for a huge jar, So, but like $30 for that in Australia, like wow. Again, things are getting tight, and you know what it is? People, they may need things fixed, but they may not have the money, and they may be financed out the wazoo, so they can't really finance anymore. I was speaking to a friend of mine. He's a young guy. He's 31. He had to put new windows in his house, and his air conditioning went. But what the air conditioning was, it was the ducts in the house. Thank God he has just a one-floor house, but he had to finance that as well too. He's a single guy, and he was talking to me, but basically I'm hearing the crying stories of homeowners, and it's going to happen, and it's just going to get tougher and tougher. Inflation's going to go up more. Jamie Dimon again last week announced he's saying it's going to go to a minimum of 8% of the federal interest rate, and he said it the week prior to that. They're banging the war drums. They're letting you know the government. will not say anything negative, especially in an election year. It doesn't even have to be an election year because we've been bullshitted by this current administration for the last 3 years. Okay. But listen, things are in bad shape. You and I know that because we deal with a lot of business owners and we're seeing it and hearing it from them. So, basically, we got to be smarter. Business owners out there, be smarter. Don't give up. Try to reposition your business. Think of specials in that. Reach out to us if you listen to this video, and you know what? We can help in ways of marketing for you for your business. All right. We will actually show you how to do it. It's not going to cost you a lot of money, and we'll work with you. And you build it stone by stone. You don't have to dump a lot of money into it. And slowly, when the money starts trickling in, you're picking up. You know what? Then you add a little bit more to your marketing. But Jonathan and I are guys that will work with you to actually be strategic about your business. Okay, from a management side to also on the marketing side. Anyway, listen. You have any closing remarks, Jonathan, before we sign off?
Just with that, I mean, we just prospected with a potential client, and bigger client in most instances where they were spending well over $100,000 a month in marketing spend, and he was literally looking to try and figure out how to get that down from 100. Most small businesses are not spending $100,000 a month, so they were trying to get that down from 100 all the way down to under 10. And seeing how
man, it's over 90%.
Right, how can we do that and not lose anything that what we're doing? And the simple answer is you can't do that, but there are strategic and efficient ways of running campaigns and running your marketing department. The first thing is hire the right people or get the education so you can do it yourself. Right, if you can do it yourself, you have to have go to school, have the experience. It's very difficult because you might, and you probably will, spend more money than it would cost than if you just hired someone. They would have done it for you better and saved you money. So you got to be very careful with how you do it, who you hire. You look at the other expenses that your companies are having. These small businesses get pushed into the corner where they buy all these fuzzy and beautiful things for their business, but none of them make money. And then the first thing they get rid of is the one thing that produces the money, the marketing and advertising. That produces money. People want a nice couch in their office, a nice furniture and all this stuff. That's not making you money. What's getting you leads? Getting you leads is, salespeople, marketing tactics, campaigns. That's what's making the cash register ring. So people got to wake up. They got to be smart. They have to be strategic with how they make their next move.
100%. We talked about streamlining your departments in a video a few weeks ago. Again, strategic. That's the key. You got to start thinking correctly. It's pretty much guerrilla marketing, guerrilla sales, and just go and streamlining your business and getting balls out and making it work. Go all in. All right, listen. Hopefully, it's been creative knowledge for you. Please hit that thumbs up, like button, and subscribe. If you have any comments, please do so below. Thanks you very much. Have a great day.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.